Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's Shino, and we are back in Modded to the Magical Max. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. Look what I found. Found me a desert area full of limestone, which is pretty cool. Plus, there's a luxuries trader right there who has two wonderful beds in there. So this is like a perfect little area for doing some mining and finding a lot of good stuff out in this area. I've been coming out making a few trips out here and gathering some stuff up, and this is going to help us out a lot when we go into making some of our plaster and things like that. So this is a really good thing to find early game if you can. And you don't have to have a whole lot of this stuff, really. You can actually get by pretty good and not having to do a lot of tools, using a lot of tools. So I have had to use a lot of shovels to gather stuff up. But see these blocks that are everywhere? I think I've showed this before. You can break these down, these boulders, and you get like a lot of the stones out of them. And that's what you need is these stones for being able to make your limestone, to make your slack lime, quick lime for making mortar and bricks and all that kind of stuff. So finding this area like this, you can come through, pick these up. And if you have it in your toolbar, like I've got it on 4, I can actually right click and pick up on the individual ones. Now the boulders you got to break to get them. But whenever you have the individual ones, you can just kind of run around and just click on them and pick them right up. So that's what I've been working on here, gathering up as much as I can. And I did find also an area right here that has borax. So I've been able to pick up a little bit of borax while we're out here picking this stuff up too. So, found my hole. So that's good. We're going to need that. So we're going to be doing a lot of construction stuff today, and we're going to need to make some more plaster. So I'm going to walk you through the process of how to make plaster and quicklime, making bricks, so that way you can do that in your own construction. And then once we kind of get that stuff done, we're going to get into making the making some more decorations from Decor Bazaar. Okay, so let me do some more mining out here in this area. Oh, let me show this on the map for those of you who are playing along. Let's see. Our home base is way over here. This is the base area here. So you'll remember previous episode, we went and did basalt quarry there, periodotite quarry there. We ran out this way and went down. I decided to go ahead and run out this way a little bit farther, and that's where I found this at. We also have some chert, which I love chert. One of my favorite blocks. We got chert right up here also. And if I remember, there's claystone. Oh, yeah, bauxite. We have bauxite here. And then we have claystone down here. So really, of all my blocks that I love the most, claystone, basalt, chert. I think those are probably my 3 favorite. I always talk about how I like conglomerate too. Just like the color patterns from conglomerate. So I've been using the quarry mod rubble storages. These are good because these you can put. I don't have this. Typically, I'll set the profile on this, or I mean, set the not the profile. Typically, I'll set the config file on this so I can put like 2048 of any one item into, or of total in it. But I think this is limited in this one to 512. I haven't done any adjustments on this. But anyways, that'll hold 512, either the stones, gravel, or sand, or a combination of the 3. And when you're done, you can break it and it keeps its inventory, and it only takes 1 spot. So these are great for going out and gathering up a bunch of mining stuff. And they're not that hard to make. Go to rubble storage. There you go. 5 pieces of wood and a copper plate, or any plate, but you might as well just make it out of copper. You don't get any advantages for using a different plate with it. So, all right, let me do some more gathering in this area, and then we'll start heading back. And don't forget, any chance you get, if you happen to find one of these like large, and I mean really large deposits of quartz, and you'll see, all the bits on the surface. If you go ahead and do the same thing, right click on those, you can pick those up too. And instead of having to mine up your quartz, you can just go ahead and grab you a whole bunch of it, take it back with you. This is how I usually get a lot of the quartz that I need for whenever I want to make lanterns. Just do it this way. Okay, well, I've made it back to the base, but it was getting close to dark. I'm going to spend the night here with my little buddy, the building trader. And then tomorrow we'll go out and see the base. Now, I will mention this. One of the reasons I like to have a building trader close by is you can get glass from them and plaster. So I've been able to use up a lot of my coins and get some glass, get some plaster. And he's also had some books for X skills. So they're a little expensive, but that's a lot of points. So I went ahead and spent that on it. Gears don't seem to be that big of an issue for me in this playthrough. So not too worried about it. I need to pick up that wallpaper. I like that gray wallpaper. That'd be a good one. That's not too bad of a price. But anyways, nice having a building materials trader close by for getting glass and plaster whenever you need. Okay, let me sleep through this night and I will be back. That was a grumbly night. Woo! Yeah, throw rocks at me. I don't care. Welcome. Look at what I've done here. What did I do? What did I do? All right, let's take a look around. So I have started with the construction project here, kind of what I mentioned I was going to be doing. I have been able to get some plaster together. Some of this was purchased. Some of this was manufactured. I'm going to walk you through the manufacturing process of plaster here shortly, and also brick. I think it's important to know how to do the mortar stuff too. I've been working in this area back here as well. I'm trying to get that area done. So we'll get over and take a look at it. I have been mentioning this for a long time that we were going to be building a permanent home in this area. And I said, this area is going to turn into the house. Well, not all of it, of course, is going to be the house, but we are going to have some porches that come out along here. So we needed some space for that. But now you kind of see what I've been talking about. This is going to be the front door right here coming in. And we're going to have to get rid of this area. This wall here is going to be going away. The house itself is going to extend all the way back over that direction. I guess I can go up here and get a look at it. The house will be going all the way back to this corner back here. And this wall will actually be the outer wall of the house coming all the way up to here. So this is the kitchen area, as I've mentioned before, and this is what I've gotten done. Have moved everything out of it, and I did a little bit of rearranging here. You'll remember last time I had this stove was like over here and only had one of these stoves. So I wanted to go ahead and change that up. So I've got the oven set up over here. I've got two stoves set up over here. Left everything else pretty much as is was when we last left. I think I did add the fancy inner cabinet aged. I wanted to do that because it gives you additional cabinet space. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different cabinet areas that we can store 8 items in. So that's pretty good. Finished out the floor and got everything moved out that was in here. So this will be the back door going outside of our house. I still have the charcoal pit going here. Wanted to get at least one more of those done. So that's why that's still going. And then this will be the back wall of the house. Let's go over. See what I've been able to do here. So coming in, we've got this doorway coming in. So we got our first house, I think I mentioned this, is going to be multiple different houses in different areas, kind of extending off. So now you're kind of seeing what I've been talking about when I've been saying that. So we got a spot up there. We'll go check it out too. But this is the first one we're going to walk into. And this is primarily going to be just, kind of like a work area here, but it's mainly like a staging area. Whenever, where I have stuff lined up for upcoming projects, I'll be gathering stuff up there. This will be the mining area, or not the mining, this will be the smithing area for now. This is where we'll be doing everything with the not the bloomeries, with the forge and the anvil. And then I've been using this area for keeping metals. I do want to put labeled chests in here, so we'll be doing that. Right now, I'm just going to go ahead and leave this furnace here until I'm done with a lot of what I'm doing as far as getting the clay projects done. Once I'm done to that point, I'll be moving this out, and we'll be putting in our health hammer in here. And then we've just got this little area right here. Talked about this. It's going to be an area that kind of leads out, and eventually I want to put in like mine shaft area going down in right there, coming off of this area. Coming out here where we have been working on they're floating there, where we've been working on our leather stuff, and it looks like, I got some more leather here. That's done. Any more? Yep, I got some soaked hides here too, so we can get some more of that done. But I did go ahead and make another sink, so we have a water supply up here. And then this is where I have been making the mortar, slack lime, and all of that. I'm making that all back here. Now going to the second level up here. Come into this room, and this is like the attic space of the first house that we were just looking at. So we got this area here. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do in this area. This is hidden behind wood, if I remember. So that might be just continuing those planks up. I think that'll be fine. Coming up here, though, this is going to be our primary storage room. This is where we're going to keep everything at. And one of the things that I would like to do, and we're going to do first in this episode, is we're going to put an elevator in right here. We have a mod called Simple Elevators, and it works a lot like the elevator blocks in Minecraft do. It is kind of costly to make this, but you've heard me say several times, I'm getting a lot of temporal gears. So, I'm going to go ahead and invest in that. So we're going to need 8 temporal gears. We're going to have to grind them down into the temporal dust, and then we'll need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the metal plates. So let's see how many temporal gears I have up here that I can gather up. There's 2. There's 2 more. There's 2 more there. I don't think I've got anything else stored in this area. I'm going to pull that one out of that spot so I don't accidentally do anything there. I think I've got some more over. Yeah, there's 2 more. Cool. All right. So I've got that. Now we need to run these in the quern, if I recall. Oh, hey, never mind. I thought it was just a 1-to-1 on that. Holy cow. Sweet. Never mind. Let's go ahead, though. Let's go ahead and just do the other one. All right, let's throw these elevators together. So we're going to need the temporal dust there. We're going to need these in the corner. And there is 2. We're going to put that in right there. And then we're going to have to make this trip around for the last time. And now we can stand over that, shift down, and we're down a level. Hey! And when we want to go up, stand on it and hit the up button. There we go. Or the jump. So basically just like we did in Minecraft, jump to go up, shift to go down. Sweet. That's going to be so much nicer. Yeah, I was getting so frustrated because every time I needed to go up, I was like, I need to move my storage room down here. But I was like, no, this is going to work out better. If I can just do this, just pop up here, get what I need, and then go back downstairs. Boop, boop. And there we are. Sweet. All right, let's get started talking about the process of making plaster. If you go into the survival handbook, you can look up plaster, and it'll give you the recipe of how to do it. You're going to need quicklime, and you're going to need any type of sand. It doesn't matter which sand you use. You just need some type of sand. For getting quicklime, there's a kind of a long process you got to go through to get that, and it's a rather costly process. So you have to make quicklime by cooking lime, and it takes 2 pieces of lime to make 1 quicklime. The important thing to remember, though, is when you're processing it, pay attention to that baking temperature, 825 degrees. You'll remember we've talked about this before. As far as your fuel goes, firewood can only get you to 700. So if you were to throw firewood in and try to bake lime into quicklime, it won't work. All you're going to do is just burn up fuel. It'll never make the quicklime. So you need to use something like peat. That'll get you up to 900 degrees. Now, I have already been baking up some, and this is 1 stack of peat that went in there. So it's going to take 2 pieces of lime to make 1 quicklime, and the 32 bricks of peat is going to make you 17 quicklime. So I've used the rubble storage, showed this previously, and I'm going to leave this in as stone. But you can use this for also getting sand out of it. I was going to show that. First thing you want to do is if you want to make specifically sand out of it, save a little durability on your tool. If I were to take this tool right now and I were to right click and crash, you'll see it's going to change it to gravel. Okay. And it will do that until all the stones turned into gravel. So that's using up durability to get it to gravel. Let's say I wanted to just go ahead and go directly to sand out of it. So I can look at the sand and I can now shift and right click with an empty hand. And you'll see now on the tooltip at the top, it says sand lock. So now whenever I go and I right click on this, it's going to turn the gravel into sand because that's what it's going to use. But now it's doing the stone directly into sand. It does use more durability, but it's going to save time for being able to get that. So now that I've got sand here, if I want to get that sand out, I am just going to control and right click, and it brought me out a stack of sand. There we go. And so with that, with the amount of quicklime, was at 48? You get a 1-to-1, so now I got 48 more pieces of plaster now. Cool. So mortar requires the slack lime and sand again. So you're going to need a lot of sand for doing this kind of stuff. Slack lime is 4 pieces of quicklime with water will get you 4 liters. So it is a 1-to-1. Usually I'll end up making about 40 liters at a time because that's just easy maths for me to be able to do. But that's how you end up making, or I'll make 10 liters at I'll make 10 liters, but 1 water, 40 lime in there. And I kind of mix them up like that, and you just pour it over into the barrel. Just transfer it over. But that's the best way I found for being able to do that. So we were working on the mortar and all of that stuff. I forgot to light these up. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. What do we got? We don't have anything in this one. So we need to make the lime for this one. Okay. So there's 2 ways that you can go about making the lime. Let's pop over here. You can grind it through the quern, and just basically you just have to sit there and just, right click with your finger. Ooh. right click with your finger until it's done, or you can use a hammer for that. So that's what I prefer to do, is just use a hammer. And usually I'll find a hammer, there you go, one that is close to being used up, and I'll just throw it in there like that, and boom, and make it that way. Didn't go. There we go. Yeah, that's usually what I use my old hammers for, is just to make sure that, you know, for whenever I need to make a bunch of lime, I use up an old hammer and get ready with a new one for something else. So there you go. Again, it takes 2 pieces of lime to make 1 piece of quick lime. And I'm going to go ahead and fill that one all the way up too, and let those go. This is going to take quite a while for this to go. And you'll hear a lot of people on the community page complaining about this process. And really the only way that you can speed this process up is make more fires. Make a whole line of fires. And I've done that before. If you've watched my other series, you'll see where I'll have like 12 fire pits set up, and I'll have them all full of quick lime and cooking. And I just put a stack in a peat, just run away and go do something else, which is what we're going to do right now. And let's get into this thing. So I got some stuff firing up. Here we go. Fire clay bricks. Wanted to get some fire clay bricks going because it's time to do some bloomeries. Bloomeries are something that you need for making glass. And we're going to do 3 for now. There we go. Doesn't really matter. We'll just put them in right here. Put down the first piece. Put down the lid, and then we've got to fill that up. And you'll remember while we're out running around, we were gathering up some glass quartz, and we're going to put that in there. Do I have got 11 more? Go. Perfect. Going around gathering. I'm going to need charcoal for that. I was going around gathering up all I had. So all this is done. So let's go ahead and grab this up too while I'm here. Get all of our charcoal together. I'm going to have to build my long-term charcoal pit. Previous series, you'd see that I'll build usually a pretty big charcoal pit, fill it once, and just use it for storage. Even in Rusty Gears season 3, I built, 3 such pits? I kept filling them up. But I don't think I'll need to go quite that many this time. I'm just going to put you guys right there for now. There you go. All right, so those are fueled. Light them up. And you see in the tooltip up there, it says 10 hours. For these to finish up, and that is going to make our first bit of glass. And what's cool about that is that's our first bit of glass, and we haven't even gotten out of copper tools yet. So just by finding that stuff on the surface, we've been able to get a lot of what we need. Just before we go to bed here, we're going to go ahead and make up some more plaster. So between what I've bought, what we've manufactured, that's going to get us a little decent amount. It's not, we're going to need quite a bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and let this go. I am out of peat again, so I don't want to use charcoal for that. So definitely going to have to go out and gather up some more peat. I meant to, on my way back, I was like, I need to stop and gather up more peat before I go home, but I didn't do it. All right, let's sleep through this night, and we'll come back and do some work here. Before we get started, there's one more thing I would like to do. Oh my goodness. Of course. You're gonna be right there. Oh. Okay. We'll figure out a way to do this. So, need to make some boards real quick. That should be enough. I need a barrel. And this, isn't it? Nope. Boards down the center. There we go. Right where my water's at. Of course. All right, let's put you right there. Get our water. Hopefully, luckily we've got fast recovery, right? So, do this. Get what we need. All right, put you down there. And then can I get to it? Maybe I can get to it over here a little bit. Yeah, there we go. We got 50 in there. This should make... It doesn't. What is the ratio for making green dye? It says it's 4 to 4. Oh, so I bet you I got to take one... Probably one of those where I can only do 40 at a time. Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm going to seal that up. I'm going to need some green dye. With some of the stuff for Decor Bazaar I want to make, it's going to require some green dye. So let's go ahead and get that started. I'll get away from that nasty rift. All right, I'm going to put in the rest of this flooring here. We're going to use oak slabs for this. Remember, you can use slabs or you can use the full blocks. But if you use the slabs, you can make your materials last a little bit or go a little bit farther, which is something I'm always feel good about doing. The less I have to go and gather up, I think the better. Also, if you saw me do that or not, put the oak slabs there and you can actually change their orientation. So that way, if you have any problems putting them down in a particular way when they're auto-directional like that, you can set them up there. Now they're completely just going to do nothing but go horizontally. Now, if you put them in and you break it, it's going to go back to being something that is not oriented. So you'd have to reset it. Cool. Here we go. Let's put this in. So now what I'm doing is I laid out kind of the framework of what I was going to do for this place, just using some cobblestone. But now I'm going back in, and where I've got the cobblestone in, I'm going to start replacing this with the plaster. And I'm kind of doing this in chunks. That way I can kind of keep track of where everything's going to be at. Because I've already got like windows and everything kind of lined up, placed the way I want them. So like that, that's going to be a window right there. And we've got now everything from that side down to here. And I'm just going to keep doing this until I get everything replaced that I need replaced. Or until I run out of plaster. I'll be back. All right, for now, we're just going to use just plain glass for these areas. We'll do something fancy as we get access to more stuff. But for right now, we don't have enough resources to get real fancy. We'll just get somewhat fancy. We got 4 more pieces. I'll put it over here. There we go. And give us a little bit more fancy going here. We still have a lot that we need to do to go up a little bit higher. But I'd like to go ahead and start making a few items to put in here. Yeah, we still have all this area that needs to be done. And again, this is going to be taken out We got to redo the ceiling in here. But I've mentioned this before. This is not going to be a building series. We're just going to be talking about some of the mod stuff that we want to be doing. All right, so I would like to make at least look at a chair and some tables, maybe. And we'll move them around as time goes on. But let's start off here first. Do I have everything I need for the fabric chair? Fabric chair from Decor Bazaar. Okay, so we can do this. We're just going to need just the regular cloth. This is one that can be done with just the regular plain cloth, if I recall. So we're going to make, I think I'm going to need 4 of those total. There we go. Boards there, put that there. Oh, we get 2. Cool. I'm okay with that. Let's take a look at how this looks. Can these be directional? Yes, they can. Can they be... Can they be partially angled? No, they cannot. Okay, that's unfortunate. That's all right. So we got a couple chairs. Fancy. And there's also a plain couch, I think it's called. Plain sofa, maybe. Did I imagine that? I know I've made a sofa before. Plain. There it is. Oh, I need a couple nuggets there. Okay, no problem. So when I was out exploring, I did find a few items. We'll take those. Go over to our workshop. I forgot to bring a hammer with me. Can I break these up? Yes, I can. All right, now, so we should be able to make the sofa. Is the plain sofa. We've got the plain cloth. We've got that. And we just need a couple of those. And there is the plain sofa. Ah, yes. Can we sit? Oh, we can't sit on it. That's unfortunate. Okay, we're also going to make just the plain curtain. Close that out. I didn't mean to. Plain curtain. Let's get 16 panels of that. Give us a few little curtains here. It's kind of playing around with some of the clicks on it to kind of see what all it has on it. I was kind of hoping that you could they would be like connected textures, but yeah, it's not. I'll make do, I guess. It'd be nice to have connected texture. All right, I'm gonna put those extra ones into there because I still need to do some windows in here whenever I get a chance to. But I'm gonna kind of wait till I get everything else kind of done there. I wanted to make a table also, and there was thought. go ahead and take a look at Decor Bazaar again. I thought there was a table, beds, table, side table, brass table, coffee table, cottage core. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. Cottage core table. This one may be. I think this is the one that I need the green. Yeah, so I need the green cloth for this one. So we'll have to wait until the green cloth is done. Can't do the table yet. Coffee table. Coffee table we could do. Yep, so we're going to need beeswax and we're going to need some clay. I don't think I've got any clay here. We'll need to brave the outdoors one more time. It's actually late enough. Let's sleep through and then we'll go over there in the morning. I just realized I didn't have any pine. So we're going to make it out of maple instead. I'm not a big fan of the maple texture in Vintage Story. Yeah, not one of my favorites. So maple coffee table. We'll need that. And that. And that. And can we make 2 of these? We can. Cool. You just noticed the sound. You can hear the water hitting the glass. Can you hear that? Sounds kind of like a gear moving. All right, coffee table. We need that to go this way. Like that. Okay, now let's right click on it. And we can go through the different variations as far as what we want it to look like. Yeah, we'll do that one right there. This one we'll do the letters on it. There we go. And I think I'd actually rather have this one facing this direction. Not like that. Like that. Cool. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Cool. Yeah, we'll do some more work in here. Once we start getting everything kind of situated, I think I've said this before. This area is going to be, we're going to have like a solarium or a sitting room in here. We're going to have a library area back in here. We'll do some dividing walls that will come through to kind of divide this area up into 2 separate rooms. But then we'll have a doorway coming in, and this will be the library area back here. We'll do a bedroom upstairs. This is going to be an open area here. I've talked about this. This is going to actually be like the dining room area is going to be right out in this area. We'll be putting the dining room in. Yes. All right. What else do we have? Take another look at Decor Bazaar. See if there's anything, maybe something for the kitchen we might want. Take a look. Okay. Let's make some side tables. That and that. We'll just do one. I like that. Yeah, we'll do it that way. Cool. I like things like this, mods like this that add a little extra bit of life to the world. I like that. You know, it's hard. It's hard in this game to kind of create stuff like this. You could chisel this down, but the problem is you end up, you know, uh, has to be you can't put stuff on a slab, and so this ends up being a slab when you go to do it. So you got to make them like really tall, which can look funny. But if you want to make them functional, so you can put stuff on top of them, you know they've got to be full block height to be able to put stuff on there. So things like this, I enjoy having mods like this that you can add a little bit of variety and decoration to your world. You grab a little more food. Things are going good down here. I'll show you. I've got so the smoked bush meat, and I've got smoked red meat. This is the oldest stuff, and I've got some that I just got done doing. It's a 1.2 years. So it's going to last down here. This stuff up here looks like we got some of these are up to 100 days. We'll have to use them pretty quick. But the cabbage that I just harvested, 1.3 years on that cabbage, and then the flax grain I just harvested, 8.5 years. And I did make some bread too. So I got 57 more days, but I'm going to go ahead and use up this. I noticed looking at it, I was getting kind of low on the grain. Meat I'm doing okay on, but grain I'm low. So once I finish off these meat pies, I'll go ahead and go into to just doing bread. And something else to point out here also, if you look at my tooltip in the upper left, you'll see that this is actually registering as a greenhouse in here. Go figure. So I've got a greenhouse here. But then I can come into here, and it is now just a regular house. Kind of funny. I think one more thing I would like to do for Decor Bazaar is to make a spice rack. This has storage availability into it, and I would like to see what the storage rates are on this thing. I'm just going to make it out of oak, and we're just going to make one for just out of curiosity. This is something I've never made before. So we've got the aged kitchen shelf there. If I were to put the spice rack there, it doesn't say what the rate on it is. I go to Decor Bazaar and I go down here to the bottom. Oh, it just says has storage. Okay, it didn't. I thought it said it had um, spoilage rate. Here's one we can try. Let's try the. This doesn't have spoilage rate on it, but it's a storage shelf for fat. That's pretty cool. That looks like it would be pretty neat looking. Let's grab that thing. Let's see what it looks like. And this is a shelf. Oh man, look at all that storage area. Geez, that is a lot of storage. We're gonna put that at probably like right there. Damn, look at all that storage space there. So I have been putting the fat here, but heck, I'll put that, put the bones in there. I'll probably put beeswax in here too. Sounds like it'd be a good spot for that kind of stuff. Yeah, cool. Hey, I like that. I like that a lot. And that's pretty cool looking. What else we have there for some of those storage items like that? Bone storage, that might be pretty cool. Let's try that one out. Oh, that's pretty cool. And that's a lot of space there too. Love it. I love stuff like that. That's really cool. I mean, kind of take a look and you can see how, the rest of this, how this kind of brings everything to life, right? I mean, that's really cool. And that's some pretty big storage areas there. Yeah, those two. Wow, that's the size of a chest right there, each one of those. Cool. See if there's anything else we want to do. There's one. It's called kitchen clutter. It doesn't have any storage on it, so it's just to take up space more than anything. Just there to take up space. I think this thing though. Did that retain inventory? That would have been cool. Yeah, I end up finding a spot for this one. Maybe here. That'll work. Cool. I like how my little kitchen's coming along here. It's looking pretty good. Very happy with this outside area here as well. Still need to do quite a bit more, but it's going to take some time to get all the plaster together that's needed for kind of finishing this. So that's, I think, is going to be my next project over the next couple of between days, is I'm going to be going around and gathering up and doing as much plaster as I can. So next time we come back, there'll be a noticeable change here. Hopefully have all the walls in here done and have the roof replaced in here. And hopefully have this area covered over so that we can sit in here without being rained on. I think that'll be good. Hey, I've got something special coming up, something fun that I think you're going to enjoy. I noticed one of my most popular videos on my channel is a video that I did for showing people how to use the prospecting pick. And I've made it a point in every episode that I do to also do an episode where I show how to use the prospecting pick. So next episode, we're going to be using the prospecting pick, and we're going to go mining to see if we can find some new resources. We are close to the end of the copper age here in this world, and I've identified this that we're going to spend time in the copper age, and then we're going to go into the bronze age, and then once we get done with some time in the bronze age, then we'll move into the iron age. But so the next step for us to do is to get into the bronze age, and of course to do that we're going to need to find some tin and go mining for it so we can start making bronze. Cool. So next episode we're going to go mining. I'm going to teach you how to use the Pro Pick. Thanks for spending time with me. This is Shino, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care.